Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Joe Reed returning. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. From just shy of midfield, Tannehill. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill, he's going deep for Brown. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Watkins here.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff coming left is Gainwell. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
A 1st down carry for Henry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the 2nd level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A give to Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They go play action. Mayfield. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes...
Rush coming, and he he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
On first and 10, it's Gainwell. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Mayfield on play action. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
First down, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They have a first and 10 at the 18. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Here's Mayfield. Check down to Breida. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Mayfield looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is down to 4. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Titans hold the lead and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That's complete. Okuegbunam. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Check back 16, check back 16. Ping. Number 16's coming, check back.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Mayfield off the play fake. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off play action, Tannehill. And off the deflection, it's caught. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
All right, you and I both know that was a lucky play, but again, I give him credit. Going up on the tip and catching that one.
Stayed with it, made his own luck, didn't he?
And he used his size there. Had a defensive back mentality to go up and get the ball on the tip, but used his size. I mean, tight ends going up and getting it, sometimes they can knock people out of the way and finish the play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Man open, here is Jones. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff to Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Tannehill. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Quick slant to Brown. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. That'll be complete to Breida. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, at 1st down, Henry with a little bit of running room. Nice gain. He'll get about 6 yards there. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Tannehill. And his throw here's incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot. And it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. get this down near the 20-yard line.
109 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Tannehill. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
2nd down and 3.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Steps away. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Henry. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own own 40-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
I think the reason this play's so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Tannehill on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of